Hey friends! This week we are learning about a type of art called contour drawings. Now, as artists, it's important for us to learn how to look at shapes and draw what we see instead of what we think we see. I'll tell you what I mean. So, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys about 3 minutes to just do your best to draw this water bottle. Use whatever tools you have, do your best, and turn it on Seesaw. This is your warm-up today. Go ahead and pause the video for the next couple of minutes and then start it as soon as you finish drawing that water bottle. How did that go? Was it a little crazy? So when we are working as artists, we use part of our brain that we don't use for other things. Now, what side of your brain do you think we use for art? So when we talk about the left side of your brain, that's the part of your brain that you use for logic, reasoning. That means that when you're doing math or you are solving problems in your other classes that only have like a right or a wrong answer, that's going to be the left side of your brain. Your left side of the brain is going to be really logical in thinking about things, which is really important. Now, the right side of your brain is the side of your brain that you're going to be using more when you're being creative. So it's about being aware of how you think and feel, how creative you are, your imagination, how you enjoy music, how you perceive 3D forms that you're looking at or pieces of artwork. And it also helps with how you control your left hand, believe it or not. So when we are artists, have you ever tried to draw something and you thought, well, it's a cup and cups are cylinders and the top is round, so you draw a circle. Now, the cup isn't going to look like it has a circle unless you're looking down at it, right? But the left side of your brain thought, well, the top is a circle, so I'm going to draw it. That's where it's important for us to listen to our right side of the brain, because if you really look at your cup, even though the top is round, instead of drawing a circle, you're just going to draw a little curve. So using the right side of our brain means we're looking at what we see and not what we think we see, which would be the circle, right? So it's really important to remember that both sides of our brain are very important, but it's good to stretch the right side of our brain too, because a lot of times in school, we're just using the left side. Now, contour drawings are drawings that don't really have shadows, do they? But they still look kind of realistic. That's because the artist used the right side of their brain to look at the shapes they see instead of the shapes that they think they see. Now, usually when you think of drawing a shoe, it's kind of like an L-shaped boot, right? But that shoe's kind of smushed and the shoelaces are all over the place. Usually when you draw a banana, there's just one little curve, right? But these bananas all go together. So the artist used their right side of their brain to really look at the shapes that they actually see to get those lines. Now we are going to be trying to create some contour drawings without adding shading for once, which is a little crazy, right? So what you are going to be doing is, instead of really paying attention to what you're drawing, I want you to pay attention to what you're looking at. And so it sounds crazy, but you're only going to look at the picture you're drawing and not at your paper. So do you guys see these crazy drawings? These are called blind contours. That means the artist couldn't see what they were drawing. There was either a paper covering it up, or they were just really good at not looking at their hands and only looking at what's in front of them. We're going to practice this today, and it's probably going to look really goofy. So, when you are working on this, we are wanting to make sure that our eyes are staying on the object that we're drawing, which means we're just letting our hand move and do what we're looking at with, and just trust our hand instead of looking at it. So here we go. Here's our first contour drawing. I want you to grab something to write with. I'm going to take a paper and put it on top of my hand while I'm drawing. So I'll be drawing on this paper, but I'm covering it up. That way I'm not tempted to look at what I'm doing. So here we go. I will give you a few moments. Look at the paper, looking at the shapes. Okay, you ready? Mine's kind of crazy. All right, let's try it again with another one. Ooh, a guitar. All right, grab a new section of paper. If you need to cover up your hand so you're not tempted to look at it, cover it up, and let's do this. Looking at those guitar pegs, the frets, the body of the guitar. All right, you ready? Pretty crazy. Love it. All right, let's try another one. Oh, big bird. I'll have to grab myself a new paper frame. Okay, setting ourselves up, getting a new section of paper. Maybe go to the other side of your paper. All right, let's do this. Okay, go ahead and start. All right. Big bird looks really crazy. That's funny. All right. And I think that might be our last slide. Yes. So here's what I want you to do. Even though these drawings were absolutely crazy, I want you to look at them and I want you to pick which one is your favorite. All right? And it doesn't mean it looks realistic. It just means it's kind of funny. And maybe it looks like something else. So I want you to pick your favorite. I think my favorite is the guitar. It just looks really wonky. And what we're going to do is I want you to go in, add details, and color it. All right? If you want to try doing one of these again, you can do that too. Let's look at a few examples of what other artists have done with these contour drawings. So what do you guys notice about this picture? I see a blind contour drawing, but then the artist added some other stuff. It looks like they cut out a photo and added it to one of the little areas. And oh, you know what? I see some graffiti letters in there too. I see visual texture, some little repeated plus signs, that pattern. That's pretty cool. All right. Nice. All right, let's look at another one. Ooh. All right. I see another blind contour. Do you think that this person drew more than one person? Yeah. Do you see any patterns? I see patterns. I see some lines. I see some dots. It looks like this artist might have used a highlighter. That's pretty cool. All right. This was my art teacher friend's artwork. She drew that shoe, and then it looks like she used watercolors to fill in all of those little shapes. That's pretty cool. I like it. And then I see that her extra details that she added were her name and shoe. All right. You can use whatever materials you would like, but I want to see this entire picture completely colored. A great way to do this is to pretend that you're using a coloring page. Find little areas that are surrounded by lines and pick a color for them. Here's your objectives. Number 1, I can create a blind contour drawing by only looking at the thing I'm drawing and not looking at what my hands are doing. Number 2, I can completely color my blind contour drawing and add at least 3 extra details that I didn't have before. En español, número 1. Yo puedo crear un dibujando contorno ciego con solo mirar el objeto que estoy dibujando y sin mirar lo que mis manos están dibujando. Número 2. Yo puedo colorear completamente mi dibujo y de contorno ciego y agregar al menos 3 detalles que no estaban ahí antes.